So if you're watching this, look at what you're doing to the kid, man. Talk was definitely worth the money. You know how they was like, yo, when you take the talk or the money, it was definitely worth it. You're just saying, you know, like, to believe in yourself and just always, like, follow, like, what's in your heart. Like, not what no one else is saying or anything. Just do what's in.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different.
But I do know this, that it's only 3 people that had contracts with Puff and Bad Boy.
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time.
Hey, wait a minute. Did you catch what Diddy's son just revealed? He's making big claims about exposing major secrets involving Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Word on the street is this could be huge, more than just the usual celebrity gossip. Diddy's son says that Jay and B had a hand in setting up his dad, and he's ready to lay everything out. This is something you definitely don't want to miss.
Should they speak up now? Should they speak up now?
I think it's getting a little too late for those who are complicit. For the victims who have been too afraid to come forward because the diddler has been running around with impunity. It's time for all of the victims to come forward. But for the people that have been denying it, you know what? Let's not be coy. You know, I am Jaguar. So let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Should I keep going?
I mean, you're hitting it on.
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with...
Listen up, this family drama is about to erupt. Diddy's son isn't holding back anymore. He's ready to reveal it all. This young man is stepping into the spotlight and taking direct aim at the Carters. But why now? What's fueling Diddy's son to take on Jay-Z and Beyoncé? Word on the street is there's been bad blood between Diddy and Jay that stretches way back. And this isn't just a small disagreement or some trivial feud. We're talking about deep-rooted tension that's been brewing for years. In the music industry, not everything is as it seems. Behind the glamorous videos and chart-topping songs, there's a hidden world of rivalries and power struggles. Now, it looks like all those secrets are about to come to light. The buzz is that Diddy and Jay have been locked in a long game of strategy, trying to outmaneuver each other, not just for fame or wealth, but for true power and influence over the industry. And it seems things got really messy behind the scenes.
Well, I would say this. It's kind of funny to me, man, is that Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s. And one day, Asner, Kushner, Diddy, and myself went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z. I've never been a Jay-Z fan, you know, like some of his music, the whole 9 yards. But when we went over to the, I think that was Prudential Center in Newark, and him and Puff met up, it was strange to me. Because I remember what Puff was trying to do. And then both of them, they was talking about something amongst each other, amongst all of us, and laughing and joking with each other. Then over the years, I see them giving garden parties. You understand what I'm saying? You could tell that the people in power had gave that reign to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. So to separate him, when in fact they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low key, that low key sneaky shit, and Diddy is and was rambunctious, you know, just out with it. It don't mean that they not two of the same. One just a little quieter with his shit.
What happened at the basketball game? When they ran into, you guys ran into Jay-Z?
They were just talking. They was talking amongst each other about their little white girls. They little skinny white girls.
And I mean, did Diddy always say negative things about Jay around you?
The time he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay, yeah, he was. They worked it out.
Was there a reason behind it?
I couldn't tell you the reason behind it. It was probably because Big had died. I don't know what it was, man. I don't know why he wanted Ja Rule to go at Jay. I guess if he kept them beefing or kept them into some bullshit, he could rise up in between both of them.
We're talking years of
For years, there's been talk of secret deals and backstabbing. When Diddy's Bad Boy Records was on top, some say Jay-Z worked to push him down. Then Roc Nation took over and whispers spread that Diddy was planning a comeback. But it's not just about music. This is personal. Now, Diddy's son is stepping in to defend him, claiming he has proof that the Carters set his dad up. He's talking about emails, texts, maybe even recordings, evidence that could change everything. This isn't just about clearing Diddy's name. It's about exposing the truth and showing that no one, not even the biggest stars, is untouchable. The Carters won't take this lightly. If what Diddy's son is saying is true, it could share their empire. Get ready. This drama is just getting started. Diddy's camp is going head-to-head with the Carters, and we don't know how it'll end.
Carisha and Rick Ross just sat down together in an interview.
I know. Two Diddy doo-wop bops. What a reunion. Only thing they got
Now,
Will Diddy start snitching?
she threw it up. Yeah,
He better. He better. But the only thing I'm interested in him talking about is everything he knows about Kathy Coriana White. See, I know you know what happened to Corey. Diddy, I know that. You and Jay-Z down in Vegas at Tao with Claudia. Why don't you just talk about Kathy? That might help. That might help a lot.
I would say, if those who don't know who Kathy is,
Kathy Coriana White, Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died 24 hours after she announced that she was going public with their relationship and the baby while he was married to Beyoncé.
now
Was
Jack,
it an aneurysm, Diddy? Or are you the one who paid the same coroner that you... Oh, Diddy, you should talk.
do you feel the federal government will probably speak to Jay-Z in regards?
They already have.
Oh,
They talked to him before he made that Super Bowl announcement. Ain't that interesting? He was questioned by the feds before he made the Super Bowl announcement. Blink twice.
Things are about to get even messier. Remember when Diddy and Jay-Z seemed like best friends? Turns out that bond might have been fake. Now the big question is, how far does this betrayal go? There are whispers that Jay and Beyoncé may have played Diddy dirty. This isn't just a little shade, it's next-level betrayal that's got everyone talking. But what's really at stake here? This isn't about who's got the hottest track, it's about who controls the industry. The music business is cutthroat, and when you're on top, it's easy to be knocked down. Diddy's been in the game for years, building his empire, but now he's facing serious legal trouble. People are starting to question if it was all really his fault. Something doesn't add up.
For me,
Let me
there's nothing like, have you ever seen what happens to a rat when it's trapped in a heated environment?
Oh, it'll eat through anything.
Claw eat its way through anything. So I want y'all to imagine this. I got Jay-Z on his back with his stomach exposed. Diddy is the rat that I'm using. And I'm gonna take a metal trash can and put it right on Jay-Z's stomach with Diddy right in there. And I'm gonna heat that bitch up and see what he eat through. Fuck you, Sean. Both of y'all. I got you, bitch. I told you.
As the U.S. attorney came on and spoke on the indictment, next to him you see 6 U.S. AUSAs, his assistant attorneys. I believe 1 pregnant, 1 a little older, but all white women. What are your thoughts on that when you see 6 women assisting the U.S. attorney?
A small choruses of Nancy Graces?
Basically.
I think it's fabulous.
Yeah. Need it.
Sean P. Combs, he's a bad guy. Man, can't wait to see it.
I don't usually spread rumors without proof, but the streets are talking. Word is, while Diddy thought he was playing chess, the Carters were playing a whole different game. There are whispers of secret meetings, shady deals, and promises broken quicker than New Year's resolutions. But here's where it gets really interesting. Diddy's son isn't just talking. He claims he has hard evidence that the Carters set his dad up to take the fall. We're talking emails, texts, maybe even recorded conversations. Proof that could blow this whole thing wide open. If it's true, it would change everything we thought we knew about these music moguls. This isn't just about industry drama anymore. This could be a scandal that rewrites music history.
Guilty of everything, but also Jaguar Wright could be looking for her 15 minutes of fame. Prior to this week, this month, have you ever heard of this person?
I have.
So, okay, I don't know where parties you're at with that
No,
baby.
not parties, but she's been in front of the camera for a while.
I've never heard of her.
Okay.
I've been listening to hip hop since, Beastie Boys did Brass Monkey in '86.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this person. She's now, if you type in Google, if you type in Jag, what's the first thing that pops up? I guarantee you it's her. Not the Jacksonville Jaguars or an actual Jaguar. She's the first thing that pops up. So she's utilizing this 15 minutes of fame, and there she is right there. Here's what I'll also say about Diddy. This was
what song she was in?
No.
Big Pimpin'. You know what other song she was in?
Big Pimpin', spending.
You know what other song?
Yeah, that's Jay-Z.
Yeah. You remember the movie with Denzel, American Gangster?
Mm-hmm.
While that one guy comes out with the song Heart of the City.
Yeah.
You know the Heart of the City?
Yeah.
Ain't no more.
It was a remake of 80s.
She's in it.
Okay.
She's in those
She's
two
a
songs.
backup singer.
She is,
She's
yeah.
not
Backup singer for Jay-Z in 2001.
Okay, but she ain't Beyonce. She
No,
ain't
of course
Rihanna.
not.
She has
She
been
ain't Aaliyah.
around.
She's been
I'm
around
not
them.
denying that she's
Yeah.
been around it. They're interviewing her for a reason. Here's what I found the most interesting about Diddy overall. This was David Muir was actually, he's the ABC guy, big news guy. He was interviewing, I guess, the guy that's handling a lot of the sexual allegations about Diddy, and he's receiving a lot of phone calls. Here's the most interesting thing about these sexual allegations. Yeah, I don't know if it was him or a different lawyer, but it was on ABC. You can check that out. He goes, talk about a gender difference. It's so interesting about Diddy. He goes, prior to 2005, it was actually 50-50, these allegations that kept coming in, men and women. 50% men, 50% women. But how about this? After 2005, it was 90% men allegations. Something happened with Diddy, allegedly, where he went, this isn't it. But it went from 50-50 allegations, receiving these phone calls, receiving what's going on, doing all these sort of testimonies, to 90% men. When there's smoke, there's fire, Diddy.
Yeah, and
what's going on in that baby
Alex
oil?
Spiro, Pat, was on TMZ, and he said to those two guys, whatever their names are, I didn't send a cease and desist. I sent an ultimatum. Remove that false accusation, or a court is going to order you to.
Who said this?
That's Alex Spiro, right? That's it right there, Pat.
Can you play this?
To you that somebody comes on a show and then kind of levels these vague-ish allegations. Were you kind of ready for something like this to eventually happen?
Listen, there's rumors and then there's nonsense, and this is one step further, right? This is a pointed and formal accusation of something, I felt it needed to be responded to. So I think somebody reported it was a cease and desist. It wasn't that. It was quite bluntly an ultimatum, which is remove that false accusation that's demonstrably false, or a court's going to order you to. And so I think he made the wise choice and acted accordingly.
He meaning
What were you
Piers
saying,
Morgan.
Rob? Yeah.
Removing it and apologizing for it, yes. What changed here in my mind is that somebody on a so-called journalistic platform exploited that kind of random rumor mill, whether it's disconnected from reality.
Imagine if the power couple we've all admired for years has been playing dirty all along. The stakes are huge. We're talking about entire empires, record labels, streaming services, clothing lines, liquor brands, the kind of money that makes regular millionaires look small. If Diddy's son really has the proof he claims, it could take down entire dynasties and reshape the music industry. But as they say, the higher you climb, the harder you fall. If the Carters did set Diddy up, they must have known they were playing with fire. Now, they're up against a man with nothing to lose and a son willing to risk it all to clear his father's name. So, grab your popcorn and get comfortable. This drama is just getting started. We're about to witness a showdown that could shake the very foundations of the music industry. And when it's over, nothing will be the same. The real question is, are you ready?
How many victims?
There was none for her.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands.
Wow.
I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
Mr. Carter's who?
They're a nasty little couple.
Jay-Z.
They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious.
This girl's
There's
got
a
an
lot
agenda.
of things that
You can
people
tell.
don't want to talk about. Pierce.
She about to do a fake
But, okay,
tear?
but hold on, but Adam, but here's the thing. And again, it always sounds crazy and wild until it ain't, because, and who knows? She's not credible or lie detector test or whatever. What if she's right? What if all these things that she's seen, because she was a dominatrix. She said she used to work at these parties and tie guys up and whip them and everything like that. She was about that life. So when somebody that's about that life tells you about the life,
you giving her a lot of credibility?
I'm not, but Adam, where is she coming up with this stuff? She was at these places. She's seen it firsthand.
I'm not denying.
She was there.
Here, if I listen, you can go
play this clip.
Yeah,
Play this clip, then we'll react. Go ahead, Rob.
The shocking allegations levelled at Sean Diddy Combs have burst the floodgates on salacious claims about an industry many people believe harboured a monster. Understandably, the internet's ablaze with claims about these events and whether other powerful figures were involved too. Well, last week I interviewed Jaguar Wright, a singer-songwriter who's made claims about Diddy for years. Those claims had already received a lot of attention in the media across many platforms for many years. And that's the thing about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyoncé.
Hold up. Before we go any further, let me ask you this. What would it take to bring down the king and queen of hip-hop? Rumor has it that Diddy's son has a treasure trove of tea that could do just that. But is it the real deal or just smoke and mirrors? In this game, it's all about the receipts, and Diddy's son isn't just talking. He's claiming he's got a whole stack of proof that could change everything. We're talking information that could shake the music industry. But what's the real story here? Is this tea strong enough to take down the Carters? Or is it just gossip? The streets are buzzing, and some of this is juicier than you can imagine. There's talk of secret recordings that could make Nixon's tapes look like child's play. What kind of secrets could be hiding in those files? And it doesn't stop there. People are talking about shady contracts with more loopholes than a box of Fruit Loops. Deals so tricky they'd make even the best lawyers question them. We're hearing about late-night meetings where plans were made that could change everything. If those walls could talk, they'd have their own reality show.
Episode when they finally tracked down the starlet who they were hiding from everyone so she never had to testify. The male rapper took the charge, so the case was closed, and that's when she finally admitted that it was her that did the pow-powing. And they just let it ride. Isn't that funny? How similar does that sound to what really happened with J-Lo, Shine, and Diddy? And you want to know what's funny? Ice-T knows a lot of people from that time, and he used to frequent at that club. He would have known all of the real details of everything that happened that night. And rather than someone forcing it back into the law's hand, it became an episode for Law and Order SVU. A lot of money was made off of that. Natanya Rubin has not begun to see reparations for what happened to her life. How did NBC get to profit off of it? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it was good enough to be a television episode, it should be good enough to be reopened for charges. Because clearly there were other people that knew the truth of that story.
The fact that Keefe D is in jail for Pac's murder, do you feel like they may go even deeper to the 90s in regards to just asking?
They have to, because that's the beginning of everything that's leading up to the tragedies that are about to happen now. We have to go back to the beginning. Everybody knows at this point in time, Keefe D ain't do it. He's already made it very clear he had a profit deal, which means he's been working with the government all this time. When are people going to start asking how long Diddy and Jay-Z have been cooperating with the government as well? Everybody was cooperating with the feds but them? Doesn't make any sense. What I do know, though, is that everyone is starting to notice things that they didn't notice 15, 20 years ago. Suge isn't looking like the monster that everyone painted him out to be. And Diddy sure ain't.
Now, here's where it gets juicy. There's talk about offshore accounts and hush money. And we're not talking small change. We're talking about big money, enough to make anyone's bank account do a double take. If these rumors are true, it could explain how some people have kept their hands clean for so long. But here's the catch. No one knows the full story yet. It's like we're all trying to put together a jigsaw puzzle, but half the pieces are missing. Diddy's son is keeping things close to the vest, and the tension is building. If he really has what he claims, it could be game over for Jay and Beyoncé's perfect image. This isn't just a little drama. It could flip their whole empire.
I've been hearing that a lot. I feel like your girl Jaguar Wright might have been one of the first to really put his name out there. I don't know enough. You know, I will say that Jay-Z, if he was doing ill shit like that, he was more quiet about it. You know what I mean? He was more, but then if we be real with ourselves, it was kind of abnormal when he got with Beyonce. Like, she was pretty young when he got with her. There's rumors that he was messing with Foxy Brown when she was pretty young. You know, so there's a lot of those rumors around. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, yeah. And do you hear little things here and there? You know, I'm not gonna lie. When certain people get to a certain level of fame, I don't know why, but you start to hear little about certain people sometimes. And I don't know how many people are really exempt from it. Because if you really think about most of your top celebrities, black celebrities, rappers, I feel like the ones that are at the top for a long time, I feel like I've heard a rumor damn near about all of them. Not that I've seen anything, but it's always these top motherfuckers. Now, some people will say, oh, well, that's just a hating. It could be. Or it could be that motherfuckers got to join a club in order to get to a certain level. I don't know. I'm not in the club, so I wouldn't know. But it's just a little weird that everybody that goes past a certain point, you'll hear a little. And these be behind the scenes rumors too. This is not just internet shit. This be before the internet existed. You understand? Because it's easy for some shit to fly around now with the internet. But a lot of this shit was pre-internet. And it was getting around. You see? So, makes it a little different. It still could be some bullshit, but I'm just saying, some of these rumors been around about people for a long time. You've been hearing little things about them. And have I heard little shit about Jay-Z? Yup. Do I think that he's trying to emulate himself and present himself as a gay painter, like to look like Basquiat? Yup, I do. I think 50 Cent was right about that. I think that's a code to, especially the white people, that he's approachable, he's cultured, but Basquiat was also bisexual. So is that a code that you're trying to tell these white people too by trying to emulate this guy? I don't know, but it doesn't look good. Why do people have such an affinity for Basquiat anyway? I think it's trash. Let me just put it out there. I don't think that Basquiat's art is fucking all brilliant the way they claim it is. It looks like bullshit to me. It's some shit that white people would like. It's not some shit that black people look at and be like, oh my God, that is so impressive. He ran with weirdos like Andy Warhol and Keith Haring. They tried to call Keith Haring graffiti back in the days. I hated Keith Haring's art. It was crap. That was not graffiti. That was a white dude from the village who was inspired by graffiti, who started doing some shit. And because he's white, now he can go to galleries and sell this shit for fucking $50,000. And then you got real blacks and yes, Puerto Ricans, you know, and even some poor white people that were doing graffiti uptown on the trains and shit like that, and they couldn't get no money for their shit, you know? And their shit was way more technical, and you know what I mean? And makes you feel something, and really aligned itself with hip hop. But all of that shit, Keith Haring, Basquiat, and Andy Warhol with soup cans, get the fuck out of here. That was some shit where they gamed the people into believing that some bullshit was something special. And Jay-Z was one of the first ones, I think, to really talk about Basquiat. And it's like, why? And you make a song about Tom Ford. That's another homosexual designer. What is this all about? Like, I don't know when heterosexuals started bigging up homosexuals, starting trying to dress like them, do their hair like them, and making songs about them. I'm just saying, you know. And Jay-Z, I like Jay-Z. I think he's a dope rapper, dope businessman. He used to be my neighbor. We lived in the same building, 560 State Street. But that being said, I'm just telling you what I know and what I've observed.
Their empire is all about being untouchable. But if even half of these rumors are true, we could be watching the fall of a dynasty. Don't think the Carters will go down without a fight, though. They got top lawyers and have faced storms before, but this could be the one they weren't ready for. One thing's certain, this is about to get messy. The gloves are off, and it's all out war now. So get ready, because when this tea spills, it's going to be drama like we've never seen.
When we start to uncover things, we're starting to realize that whatever we've been led to believe, it's actually the exact opposite. Like I told you, you guys got to talk to that girl, Love Jones, and talk about her times last summer on a Sprinter van, and where she was put in the van, given a drink of DeLeon. She said it didn't feel like an alcohol high. It felt different. She felt tingled all over almost instantly. Y'all need to talk to her. Because she was partying with, I believe, Justin and Christian Combs. This was last summer. It's bittersweet. I'm just praying that they will keep him in, because I think that will give a lot of victims the courage to say and speak and come forward. But until they're good for it, I'm going to keep doing it. The Jay-Z victims are going to be worse. They're worse because of the psychological torture that comes along with what he does. Like I said,
do you think Jay-Z is scared right now?
Oh, he's terrified. He's terrified. He's losing confidence everywhere. But the only confidence he's worried about keeping secure are those white boys that he worked for. That's his only loyalty. Not even to his wife is he loyal.
But what do you think? And just again, hypothetically, if his kids, as young as they are, asked, "Daddy, who's that man on TV getting arrested? Isn't that your friend?" What would his response be?
He wouldn't respond. He would just laugh and walk away. That's Sean Carter. He doesn't own up to anything. Ever. Gaslight you right in your face. Do it smooth. He's a sociopath. He doesn't have any real feelings or emotions. Everything is transactional. You know? I think the only time he's really comfortable and happy in his own skin is when he's laying in the warm embrace of a man.
Jack, come on. Jack.
What?
Come on, man. You can't paint
What?
those kind of pictures into people's heads, man.
Why? It got painted in the mind with the videotape that I saw of him looking very happy in the embrace of a man. I didn't want to believe it.
Damn, okay. Well, Jack,
I couldn't believe it. Then it all made sense, you know?
Jack, what was the last conversation that you and Jay-Z had? How did that go?
He told me he was going to end my career and make sure no one in the world ever knew I existed. And I told him it was a pretty big world. And we'll see, Sean.
Amazing hat trick.
You thought that was messy. That's just the appetizer. Now, picture this. What if this drama is the thread that unravels the entire music industry? What if Jay and Beyoncé are just the tip of the iceberg, and there's a whole Titanic-sized mess hiding beneath the surface? If this tea gets spilled, it's going to leave a permanent stain on the music business. This isn't just a small scandal, it's a potential earthquake in hip-hop. We're talking about a shakeup that could change the game forever. And trust me, nobody's ready for what's coming. Everyone has dirt on everyone. It's like one big web of lies. And we're about to find out just how deep it goes. This could be the start of a domino effect that takes down more than just the Carters. The streets are talking, and they're saying